Alright, well, we got a little bit angry in the last episode, and usually this would be the episode where I'd come back and be like, oh, you know, I was tired, or oh, yeah, I probably overreacted a little bit in the last episode, but to be honest, I don't regret anything I said in the last episode. This game deserved every bit of it. Hola mis amigos impossible amigos, my name is Taffrey16, welcome back to WWE 2K18, my career mode story of Giant Carlos. It's pay-per-view time, it is Battleground, and we gotta go speak to Top Mullen to see what we're doing tonight, because I have no freaking clue. What up? Back night, take a look at the match card from the rear. Okay, so Giant Carlos is booked for the pay-per-view then? That's good. By the way, this just happened like 5 hours ago, I just saw it on Twitter. Jeff Hardy was arrested today for DUI. Just as he was about to be cleared to come back. So, God damn it, Jeff. Why must you be so dumb? Why, Jeff? I just don't understand. He's probably gonna get fired now, but you know. Alright, well, it looks like Giant Carlos is opening the pay-per-view tonight. He has a one-on-one match with Darren Young. Again, I believe he's already faced Darren Young, has he? I don't entirely remember, but another big pay-per-view match here for Giant Carlos. Big opportunity to get himself another major pay-per-view win in a match that I imagine, considering last pay-per-view he beat Braun Strowman one-on-one and won the Money in the Bank match, I imagine Giant Carlos would be heavily favored in this match against Darren Young, if I do say so myself. But, man, Jeff's probably gonna get fired now. I don't know. That's just is up next. You're not gonna want to miss this. Come on, Jeff. A real fan favorite. It seems like, oh boy. Don't want to miss it. I don't know, man. He can't stay. I mean, it sucks for him that he can't stay clean, but damn. Anyway, it is time, ladies and gentlemen. Battleground live. Giant Carlos wasted his last 2 weeks with Curtis Axel, but now tonight on this pay-per-view, he's gonna have a match with Darren Young. And here he comes, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Money in the Bank. He doesn't have the briefcase because I guess that was out of this game's budget. Giant Carlos. And here he comes. Does he have Bob Backlund with him? Nope. But is the man they made great again by firing because he was out for a year, Mr. Every Day's Off, Darren Young. It's ought to be good, ladies and gentlemen. Battleground one-on-one. Giant Carlos, Darren Young. Let's get it on. Bell rings, and Carlos with a big boot. Right out of the gate. And oh, God. Jesus. Carlos stomping on the back of the head of Darren Young. And Carlos, big shots. Big knee. And oh. Darren Young just dumped Carlos over the top rope. But Carlos, fireman's carry slam counter there, as Young tries to be effective. Carlos now. Oh! Choke leg sweep takedown there by Carlos. Getting Darren Young up. Young groggy already. Oh, back in the ring. Carlos glitching, trying to get back in the ring. Young to his feet. And Carlos, big uppercut. Never shot by Carlos. Pushing Darren Young down. Giant Carlos in complete control here early on from Young. On Young, I should say. Carlos now going for the powerbomb already? No. Ooh, backbreaker. Jesus. And oh, to the back. Big elbow. And Carlos missed the leg drop. I don't even know if that was an intentional block by Darren Young, but he was able to get out of the way. And oh, yeah, he rolled out of the way of that one. Big stomp to the back of Carlos. Young needs capitalize now. He's got no offense this entire match. He was able to drop Carlos out of the ring. That's about it. Oh, goes for a shot to Carlos again to counter. And now needle stomach by Carlos and just kicking Darren Young down. And oh, elbow again in the small of the back. And oh, leg drop hit that time, I believe, by Carlos. And oh, no, went for it again. Young rolled out of the ring. Smart strategy by Darren Young. Getting Carlos to his feet now. And now Young. Side Russian leg sweep. Darren Young needs to keep on the Giant. He's getting up already. Young getting Carlos up. And oh, arm drag by Carlos. Oh, big boot again. I don't know why Darren Young tried to stand Carlos up there. You'd think better strategy would be to keep Carlos down. Now Carlos going to the outside, rolling back in, and kick to the face. Carlos now second rope. Went for the big splash. Darren Young got out of the way. Carlos immediately back up and sling blade. Sling blade by Darren Young. Young bounced off the ropes. Good move there. Darren Young needs to stay on him. Young kicked the back. Carlos getting up. Good strategy by Young, kicking Carlos, keeping him down. Now an elbow of his own for Young. Young bounced off the ropes again. And dropping the elbow on the back of the head. This is good. He needs to keep Carlos down. Carlos, though, rolls out of the ring. Looking to breathe. And Young goes after. Big flying clothesline. And Darren Young just needs to outlast now. He probably has more stamina than the Giant. He is more agile. That's for sure. Neckbreaker on his back. On the outside, I should say. Young getting Carlos up again. Carlos catches the leg. And Carlos getting back in the ring and posing is Carlos, probably trying to get his stamina back. Posing for the crowd. Young back in at 6. Young big drop kick there, and Carlos goes down. Young now. Leg lock on the head of Carlos. Elbows to the head. Young going for a cover. Good idea. And gets a 0 count. Jesus. Carlos up almost immediately. Leg lock again by Young. This is good. Don't stand Carlos up. Just go for ground moves. Very good strategy here by Young. Young getting Carlos to his feet. Oh my God. Young's got Carlos up. Needs the gut. Gut check by Young. And Darren Young is fired up, but I don't know how good of a strategy this is. He's allowing the Giant a bit of reprieve. And Young, needed the back of the neck. And Carlos rolls out. Young, pursuit there by Young. But Carlos getting Young up.
Talk about taking care of business.
Gutbuster didn't. Jesus. I have broken Young's ribs. And now Carlos is the one posing.
Yeah, that did some big time damage, Michael.
Count at 5. Carlos. And kicks Young down. And now Carlos stalking Young. Giant Carlos.
Here he goes.
He's got Young set up. Sit down powerbomb. Sit down powerbomb. That might do it. Carlos with the cover. 1, 2. No! Darren Young. What fight. Was able to barely get his shoulder up.
I think we're at the point in this match where the
Carlos
could be used at
second rope immediately. Big splash. Big splash to Young. The cover. 1, 2. Young again out 2.5. Carlos, got to stay on it. Went for.
Well, if he can't get back to his feet,
Jesus, went for leg drop. He missed.
He's in a very bad way here, guys. Looks to me like
Young getting Carlos up.
This is surprising to me, Cole. I would have thought.
And Carlos, he countered. He countered. And a. Jesus. Carlos hit him. And now Carlos again. The sit-down powerbomb. He hit the one-handed spine buster and then a powerbomb again. Cover again by Carlos. 1, 2. That is it. Giant Carlos is the victorious again on pay-per-view. Live here at Battleground. What a great match. And another great win by Carlos. Darren Young gave it his all. Carlos took his best, but in the end, Young took Carlos's best as well. Carlos took Young's best. Young took Carlos's best. Young was actually able to kick out of one of the power bombs, but Carlos hit another, and that was it. Big pay-per-view win there for Giant Carlos. Hi, Kitty. How you doing? cat just jumped up. Hi, baby. Meow. She doesn't understand what I'm doing. She just understands I'm talking, so I must be talking to her in her mind. Alright. Well, again, huge pay-per-view win by Giant Carlos. So what is next for Mr. Money in the Bank? When can he cash in the briefcase? I'm guessing the fucking game determines that and not me, even though I would like to. You know, maybe determine when I cash in. There's Todd Mullen. What's wrong, Keisha? Why, are you trying to steal a show tonight? Great work. Thank you. Okay, well, guess it's time for Giant Carlos to dip. Another successful pay-per-view for Giant Carlos. Big win again, but with all due respect to Darren Young, can we maybe, I don't know, try to get some better competition for the current Mr. Money in the Bank? I mean, I know that it's kind of tradition that the Money in the Bank winner doesn't really get booked that well, but still, come on, man. Yup, grab my car, thanks. Alright. So, we are now moving into the month of August, I think? Yep, August 2019. Giant Carlos does not know what's next. There's multiple options. You gotta think maybe Braun Strowman wants revenge on Carlos. Curtis Axel might as well after Carlos jumped him 2 weeks in a row. Who knows? Honestly, I'd just like for Giant Carlos to feud with someone or cash in the briefcase and win the belt. Anyway, first week of August 2019, and The Rock is here. Well, now, if it ain't Mr. Money in the Bank, it ain't Mr. Money in the Bank himself. The people's eye has been on you for a while, my man. The Rock is reasonably impressed. Emphasis on reasonably. Reasonably is high praise coming from The Rock. And he knows you're humbled by that. I am. Thank you. Friendly advice. Better watch yourself. As much as owning the briefcase plays a target on Lieutenant's back, you know, a fat target on your ass too. I've started feeling side to glances. Letting people know when you plan on cashing in. Well, Rock thinks might keep things firmly planted in your control. Okay, me Giant Carlos. Thanks, Rock. I can't do a Rock voice, so I didn't even try. Well, that's pretty cool. I gotta talk to The Rock. There's Dean Ambrose. Just chilling. Alright, let's go speak to Todd Mullen. That's cool. Gotta talk to The Rock. What's that? Alright, before we get started, we're regretting something. World peace is our goal and inevitable, but impossible given our current climate of selfish introspection and instinctual uncaring. Too heady. Big and bacon is the spawn of humankind's true nature of cruelty. I'm not going to touch that one. No, Hotshot. I just want to avoid any potential conflicts. Let's have a smooth show from here on. What do you need from me? Let's agree you're going to let me get crazy head of yours a little bit so we can best highlight what you're doing. Done. I'm getting close to catching in my briefcase, so... one mic, please. Absolutely. Coming up. Make sure it's electrifying. Hey man, they all are. It takes a certain kind of person to harness it and unleash it. I guess you're all set up. Okay, me Giant Carlos. Alright, cool. Well, it seems that Mr. Money in the Bank has a promo to cut tonight. On Monday Night Raw. I don't know why I saw that coming. Listen up, it's not a story. Stop, talks why you do. And it sucks that Jeff's probably gonna get fired, but he probably is, man. I mean... obviously, he has a history of doing this. I imagine they told him straight up when they rehired him that he gets one strike, which is fair, considering his history. I mean, is it possible they may not fire him because he's Jeff Hardy? Maybe, but I don't know, man. I think he's going to get fired. It's a shame, but it looks like it's going to happen. I mean, obviously Matt is staying, so I don't know what the hell Jeff does now. Goes back to TNA, maybe? Anyway, here's Giant Carlos, a man who would never drink and drive. Coming to the ring, new Mr. Money in the Bank. Looks like he's got some shit to say. Whoops, wrong button. There we go. I've got an announcement to make, WWE Universe. I want to talk about my briefcase. It isn't merely a ticket to a new fight, but a doorway to a whole new world. Everything is going to change. I can't commit to you what that means because I don't know yet either, but I promise to be momentous. Whoa, it's Samoa Joe. The former champion, I think. Isn't The Miz champion now? Or did he just win the belt back? No? Former champion Samoa Joe. You talk about your plans for briefcase, but I haven't had a plan of my own. I think you understood I think you understood what you were all about last month and it showed in your victory. But I don't think it demonstrated your worthlessness holding it. So I want to propose a wager. Fight me with it on the line.
No love between these superstars.
The only thing you're a champion of is getting on my nerves and wasting the time of many, many fans. I'd never make a deal with the kind of person you are, a second-rate champ, and you couldn't hear all those air quotes. I'll call you a chump instead. Same continuation, but more obvious to someone slow. Wow. You're strong enough to win that briefcase. You're definitely strong enough to defend it. Why are you afraid? What are you afraid of? Unless you don't believe you won it fairly. Think about it. Like I said, you don't deserve it. Quite literally, put your money in the bank where your mouth is. Talking big at this point is just not enough. Maybe I would consider your deal if you were worthy. See, it's a problem because that if spans such a wide river of doubt. And I'm there. Can you see me? Right over there, the rocky shoreline, and I'm like, whoa, that's wide, bro. I'll tell you straight up, the gulf between us is scary. What? You're fresh off a massive victory. We all understand that. You might want to relax a little bit, congratulate yourself, bask in a moment. Hey, I can appreciate that. But if you need to have plans, if not for you, then for them. Everyone's waiting to see what you and I can do, of what you can do, and if anything, I'm doing you a favor with the jump start. Great where credit's due. You are a champion. Good job. You did it. But I should think that striving for attaining and defending a title would bestow on you my rate of qualities. Chief among them, one would passionately hope would be humility. But not you, huh? I sense none in any of your words. So that pissed Joe off. Oh, Jesus! Samoa Joe sucker punched Giant Carlos in his neck. Or his chin goes through his neck. Now, oh, Joe. Stomping the fuck out of Carlos. Carlos really got to him there. And that's a kick to the back. That didn't do anything to Carlos. Oh, big boot. That just pissed Carlos off. And, oh, Jesus, slap to the back of the head. Joe might have just pissed Carlos off. That's all I think he might have done. Carlos is thinking about something there. Now Carlos got a chair. And Joe slides out. Carlos slides back in. Joe slides back in. Oh, and to the face. Oh. Carlos got the chair. Oh, to the face again. Jesus. But Joe got back up and clotheslined the fuck out of Carlos. And a ref now in the ring holding Joe back. And wow. Well, Samoa Joe, we are wondering when these two were going to come to blows. You had to think it would be eventually after them turning on each other in that Battle Royal. Well, Joe turning on Carlos in the Battle Royal, and then Carlos proceeding to eliminate him. You had to think it was coming eventually. Seems the time is now for Samoa Joe and Giant Carlos to finally square up and put your hair up and all that crap. Except only Carlos really has hair. Joe, I don't think, has much hair at all. Anyway. What you got to say about that, Todd? Them's fighting words, as we say. Hope you know that. Basically, I want my competition to take notice of me. It's time to get psyched. They're a serious form of nature when you put your mind to it. That's right, no doubt. Okay, me Giant Carlos. Cool. Well, are we in a rivalry with Samoa Joe now? Oh, Samoa Joe is once again the Universal Champion. Okay. He must have won the belt back from The Miz. Also, Dean Ambrose is now a dual champion. He is both United States and Intercontinental Champion. Okay. Cool. Let's get the fuck out of here then. That's pretty neat. Hey, where'd The Rock go? How that works, I have no clue, but rip brand split. Or maybe they want to unify the belts. I don't fucking know. There's Mark Henry. Let's dip. Ready to leave yet? Yep, grab my car. Thanks. Awesome, Jack Carlos. Okay. Well, again, the champion Samoa Joe, the now I guess two-time Universal Champion Samoa Joe, and Giant Carlos have finally come to blows. We all knew it was going to happen. We didn't know when, we didn't know where, we didn't know how, but it has happened. And Joe better watch his back, because Giant Carlos could cash in that briefcase anytime he wants to. Wait a minute. Well, why did Joe want to face him with the briefcase on the line then? If he already has the title, whatever. There's Triple H. We need to talk. You, me, talk. Who the hell you think you are? Think I'm a megastar who's about to dethrone someone. Someone, huh? That better not be a threat. Winning money in a big briefcase, that was one thing. Never mind you, that's quite a freaking thing. But now, you're making demands for a title match? Only last week, Not exactly how it went down. Now we both understand what you're after. Don't play games with me. Triple H. Triple H. Hey, so we're talking. Right now, it's me. Got it? You act like you run things here, but you don't. I do. You act like you're a man, but you aren't. That's Vince. So, let me level with you here. There's no denying you're good at what you do. But I'm not gonna leapfrogging all those superstars in the locker room. Bitch, I have the briefcase. Look, it's not you, it's me. I just like being a thorn in your side. For the last very long on season beats. Those managements wouldn't be here without the balls to the wall ambitions. I'll grant you, you could be cast in our mold. Even though you aren't together in this company yet, you remember that. That's it. Okay, Giant Carlos. Giant Carlos. Cool. Alright, well, Triple H seems to be pissy. What do you mean you don't want to me jumping the line? Bitch, I have the briefcase. That's the whole point of the fucking briefcase. Anyway, that's going to do it, ladies and gentlemen, for this episode of WWE 2K18 My Career Mode. Next time, Giant Carlos is going to go speak to Todd Mullen. Maybe we'll get a match with Joe. Who knows? But that's going to do it for this episode of WWE 2K18 My Career Mode. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked it, be sure to press the like button. If you didn't like it, that's okay. Not everybody's like it, but if you press the like button if you want to. But if you don't think I'm a complete bastard, let's go around. For what you're going to feature on channel, be sure to press the subscribe button. If you want to see what's getting posted daily on channel, check the link in the description for the blog, homepress.com. If you want to check out my Twitch, where I stream every single day, the link that is also in the description, as well as my Twitter and my Patreon if you want to support me. That being said, my name is Dafford16. This has been WWE 2K18 My Career Mode, story of Giant Carlos. We'll see you guys next time. Bye.